In this video, you're going to watch me trade live and earn $15,957 on Wednesday, January 21st of 2026. And before you assume this is edited, clipped, or cherry-picked, I'm going to show you the profit first. So here is my phone. This is the exact P&L of the live trading session that you are about to watch. Okay, this isn't a highlight reel. You are watching the real trade from start to finish. Now, let me be clear right away. I'm not here to promise you that you're going to get rich quick. I'm not going to guarantee results. Trading involves risk and losses can happen. But what I am going to do is show you a real live case study of how I leverage a simple rules-based system in the stock market for 1 to 2 hours per day to generate reliable income. If we haven't met, my name is Andy Antiles, and I've been making a full-time income trading options for the last 6 years. I also run a community of thousands of traders where we actively teach this system and coach people through it step by step. And the reason people come to us is simple. Most of my students are working professionals. They already earn good income. They're not looking for a side hustle that turns into a second full-time job. They want something structured, something repeatable, and ultimately something that's realistic in today's world. Because with everything going on financially right now, most people are waking up to one uncomfortable reality. And that is that relying on one single income stream is a dangerous game, right? So if you want to learn this system and see if you qualify to work with me, here's what to do. Just click the link in the description, complete the 30 to 60 second application, and schedule a call with one of my advisors. On that call, we'll look into your situation, your goals, your schedule, and your risk tolerance, and we'll tell you honestly if this is a good fit for you. If it's a fit, great, and if not, we'll tell you that too. So in just a second, I'm going to pan over to the live trading footage. You're going to see me doing real-time analysis for a little while before I actually take the trade. And yes, there are moments where I'm waiting for the market to give me what I want. So feel free to watch this on 1.5 or 2x speed if you want, because this is real trading, real professional trading. It's not constant action. The money is made by being patient, following the rules, and executing when the setup is there. Now, some of what you're about to hear might sound advanced if you're new. It might sound like a foreign language, and that's completely okay. We work with absolute beginners with zero experience. We also work with people who have been trading for a while but just can't get consistently profitable. So no matter where you're at right now, watching this will give you a much clearer understanding of how I operate and how the system works. Okay? And after you schedule a call through the link in the description, you'll be taken to a page with more targeted content, okay? Videos that will break down this system in a simple way, videos that will show you and teach you the risk management system, and show you how we approach consistency without gambling, okay? And here's what I love about how this compares to most online income opportunities, right? If you want to make ultimately more money with Amazon, dropshipping, affiliate marketing, or any of those other online income opportunities, you usually need more moving parts, right? More employees, more inventory, more ads, more stress. But with this, it's one skill. It's you and your laptop. And as you improve and your account grows, the income potential grows with it. So if you want real over-the-shoulder mentorship and you're serious about building a second stream of income in a structured way, click that link in the description and apply, because the live trading session that you're about to watch, we do every single day, even multiple times per day with our students. All right, that's enough talk. Let's jump right into the live trading session. All right, let's rock. So this level from yesterday that ultimately served very pivotal, even if you had modified it down slightly, is ultimately the same range that formed with these pre-market highs. Yeah, look at this. That we broke above at this 945 candle. So this closed at 950. I Did anyway. It was a great setup, and I wish I was just ready a little bit earlier to take it. Honestly, it is before our standard 10 a.m., so it's all good. But well done to anyone who did take it because um, I like exactly that. News at 10, 9, nothing before 9:45, but in that pocket of in that sort of window of time between 9:45 and 10, you can find really nice setups. Ultimately, what I'm very what I'm thinking about today is this a true reversal or a retracement from the big sell-off that we had starting here, right? At this point, it again, I felt like this range and where we broke, either above or below, would it help us get an answer to that question? I felt this was an awesome retracement that if we then close below this range, we could take out these previous lows and see a huge flush to the downside. We still may. We still may. Right? We're getting this explosive move to the upside, but we have news in a minute 45. Ultimately, we will wait to have clarity surrounding key levels and just sit on our hands for now. But good morning, everybody. Hope you're having an awesome week. And let's see if we can keep it going today.
Yeah, Trump just ruled out use of military force in Greenland, which is probably why the market's on this giant push.
Wow, that's surprising, actually.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm not even sure why, Andy, I'm surprised of anything that he says or does. But I mean, at the end of the day, I still am.
Yeah.
I feel like someone talked him off the ledge.
Uh-huh. All
Andy,
right.
I marked 681.58. It's the bottom of this green candle. It's not perfectly on the body of it, but if you look left yesterday, it goes right through like this little steppy swing point at the 12:30 candle. Perfect harmony, green body touch at 12:35.
Yep.
Gorgeous falling, big bearish candle with gorgeous distribution to the downside. It might be relevant this morning. It might not. Just a level I had from yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, let's see if we get some volatility here. And see maybe about modifying 682.40, right? I'm not married to any of these levels. We're going to prioritize real-time action here. And even though Trump is talking, guys, the way that I feel about any sort of major news-driven event is that key levels are still respected. And for instance, trading at 230 on FOMC, even though key levels will be respected and the move that will happen is going to be uh, based on a distribution on a break of a key level. It's that the speed at which price is moving is just not conducive to the stop loss we use, the risk management that we deploy. Um, and so, that's why we don't, when we have news at 10, we don't enter a trade at 10. But though Trump is talking, and this is a good example of it, right? It's not that we didn't, price didn't play out in a sort of pattern that we like to play, right? Which is a clear breach and a firm 5 minute candle close above resistance in this case. So, uh,
Hmm.
the market always can go in either direction, but we will get confirmation as to where price is headed before that, right? So you can see I have 682.40. That's a pre-existing level from these highs in pre-market yesterday. And then this use of support, then it breaks below. You can see actually really clean action there from yesterday. This long wick, right? Support, breaks below it, retests it, nice long wick. Very, very aggressive flush down to the next key level that Jerry pointed out here at 681.59. Let's see if we continue to react to that. Let's look at that.
Nice and clean up here.
It is. I'd like for it to hold in this region rather than flushing below the level now. I'd like for it to just sort
Hmm.
of be an inside candle and hold.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Morning, Ryan.
Ryan, morning,
Hey.
sir.
So I'm not going to take puts here.
Hmm.
And
The six. Okay.
I'm going to modify this here team to 682.49 and drop support down here at 682.22.
Love it.
You-
What else is really cool about that 688.22 is it goes in perfect harmony with the red wick at 1240 yesterday, where it closes down below it, it rejects that, and you can see where that wick was testing that. And then you can also see where it closes below it at 1055, and there's gorgeous distribution down on it. So very valid yesterday level. See how it plays out this morning for us.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see how it behaves up
682.49 is
here.
right in line with a swing low from yesterday as well. Beautiful reconfirmation of levels.
See how we react at the high of day here. Nice long wick on the one.
I mean, just perfect right back underneath that level and back above it.
Plenty of time left for this to ultimately tell us what it wants to do. Love this sort of bullish structure, and there's tons of people going long on that 1 minute explosive move. And what I would love to see is a close below support. I'm unbiased and I'll take either one, a close above or a close below with firmness. But I love this wick right here. I think less than a cent, but it does look to me, yeah, just a touch higher than the previous highs. So I really, really like this. And it had this awesome bullish structure that I think tricked a lot of people. And let's see if the 5 minute can bless us with that clarity and give us a close below. So reacting to those lows as well. I'm going to pull up the January 22nd one, or excuse me, 679 puts. Priced at 156, 157.
Again, he's asking for a Jerry special.
I mean, they're just so telling when they do what they're doing right now. This is so. I mean, if this gives us the entry, this is gorgeous with heaps of room back down to pre-market high. And gorgeous drawdown too. And although we're super bullish on the 5 minute, we're very bearish on the last couple of days. So see what happens.
Final 30, 28, 27 seconds should tell us the clear story here. Whether or not we have confirmation that price is going to continue to trade down, we need firmness. So we need this to read as such. Final 10 seconds. And buying here. Filled at 161. No stop. Looking for 174, 175. Just a little bit more here. Taking half off here, team. Filled at 178. Stop is in a break even. And see if we want to come down and perfectly interact with that 681.59. Couple cents away here. Contracts are moving a little funny.
Yeah, that was a hard move against us. And then it held. Huh.
I'm stopped out.
Yeah.
A gorgeous execution on that though.
Yeah, let me check my fill on that first half.
It's been really tough with these contract movements. Like, I mean, that thing is so below where you bought in at it. And I mean, candle closes at 682.14. We have a red candle at 682.02 where it stopped me.
Yeah. Okay. So my fill was at 177 on the sell, which is good. No problems there. I but yeah, they just really moved violently against us. This candle didn't even invalidate this entire candle, and
Uh,
of course not the first minute. So
I mean, you got a perfect exit on that first half.
yeah.
Would turn green and close above
Back up
resistance now.
over,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Back up
Let's
over
go.
resistance.
Come
Look
on,
at
SPY.
like a double Drake special, 2 for 1.
Oh,
Okay, good question from Jake here. Wouldn't the close on the 1005 candle not be firm since the candle's much smaller than the wick? How does that work? So on a red candle, when we talk about the body being longer than the wick, we're talking about the body being longer than the lower bound wick. So this is actually a very strong signal for us as well. The fact that the upper bound wick is so long is great, but the conviction exclusively comes from, and what firmness exclusively means with a red candle is that it's longer than the lower bound wick. Whereas on a green candle, the body needs to be longer than the upper bound wick.
Jake and everyone else listening, there's a PDF that's pinned up in the chat. I think it is the Candlestick Bible. It's a fantastic read, a little boring and dry. I've read it probably a dozen plus times. It's fantastic information in there. Really, really help your trading big in the big picture, bud. And everyone else who hasn't read it.
Final minute here.
Yeah, Urkish, I got filled at 164 as well, buddy. I wouldn't. I mean, it's just part of the game.
I got 163.
Yeah, it it wasn't even close to firm. I don't even know if it was below the key level until the last second.
Yep.
Hmm.
So I don't know if I may have been a little late on my execution. Yeah, I think I was a little late, like 2 seconds into the candle maybe.
Yeah, it
All
was a
right.
tricky little entry.
Yeah. All right. Back into range here. I'm not going to quite modify support down to here yet. We'll see if it reacts to anything, if it does come back down. For now, look at the speed.
Hmm.
Do it again. Come up there. Get 682, 81, and then close below 682.22. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it twice. Let's go. Come on, SPY.
I feel like it wants to go for yesterday's high, previous day high. It's,
So, guys, on any entries I take today, it will be the January 22nd expiration. I will, as always, call out the actual contract that I'm trading. But if there's ever any sort of, if you didn't hear it, whatever it may be, it's always going to be the contract in the 140 to 170 range. And if there are two that are in that range, you're fine with either one.
Huge candle coming on here, huh?
Dominant candle.
Trump just got rid of, Trump must have just got rid of tariffs or something. Just kidding, guys. I don't know what he did.
So 683.19 was this resistance level from yesterday. That seems to be in play again here. The way that I read this is that if it wants to react enough to that 683.19, if this is significant enough to deter price from continuing this move to the upside, it will result in the very least a weak candle close, if not even invalidating the entire green in this candle. And so as of now, I'm going to be looking to take calls if it's a firm close, right? And so now it's experimenting with spending some time in weak territory. It's got a minute 30 to make up its mind, right? Coming back down to these previous highs, very nice. What do we want to do here? Do we want to push off those previous highs and come up and seek new highs? Or are we going to come back into that region over here? It's got a minute to let us know. Did we buy Greenland? Yeah. All right, team. I'm looking at the 685 calls. Those are the January 22nd 685 calls, currently priced at 150. They'll probably be closer to that 160 range if we do get entry here. 40 seconds left. We're going to need to reclaim the 682.75 on the one and get a close in this range here, 682.96 or so. So let's see.
It's got some work to do to get there.
It's got some work. 20 seconds, 17 seconds, 15 seconds. January 22nd, 685 calls, firm 5-minute candle close above 682.49. Trying for us and staying away. What's nice about this as well, and we had a scenario like this yesterday where pretty much a weak close meant closing below those previous wicks. And so it's telling a pretty clear story here, right? Firmness would have been, it would have been able to displace above those previous wicks. And sort of from this perspective, it would have been able to firmly hold on and use that as a launching pad to close in this region here, which it was not able to do. Interesting action today, guys. Listen,
Yeah.
it's still clean. Like it really is. It's still clean. Look how we were told very clearly we're not ready to make this continue to move higher. We were told here we're going to seek lower price. We get it, though. We got it, though it was temporary. We got this big explosive move, but with this long wick that led to a weak candle close, we were told SPY at the moment is not ready to make higher highs. And now we're coming back and retesting that 682.22, and the exact low of this candle is perfectly in line with the previous lows from the 10.05 and 10.10 candle, and modifying support there at 682.13. Christiane, could you explain the firm candle close, please? A firm green candle is one where the body is longer than the upper bound wick. So in this case, this wick, the thin part of the candle is longer than the body, creating a weak close. This candle here is firm because the body is longer than the upper bound wick. A red candle A firm red candle is one where the body is longer than the lower bound wick. So this was a firm candle. This was a firm candle. James, Andy, can you talk us through your logic behind taking short positions when prices in bullish structure, trading above SMAs, targeting standard deviation points as the conviction lie in a mean reversion sentiment? Is the goal to scalp those mean reversion anomalies if prices headed towards certain levels? If so, what levels are you targeting? So yeah, I mean,
Question. Fantastic.
yeah. Here on this entry here, what I loved about this was the way that we took out this previous candle's wick. We had two consecutive candles with long wicks where we broke above this candle's highs, right? This was, we had this explosive run. We made higher highs, flipped red, made higher highs, flipped red, and closed below the previous candle's low and the bottom of the body here as well. So yeah, is this trade based on conviction that price is going to make new daily lows and take out yesterday's lows? No. But we got confirmation that, in the next few minutes, we're going to seek lower price action. So it, certainly I don't look at SMAs. And let's pause here. I'm watching this right here, and I'm going to mark it so it's clear. 682.81. That is pretty much in line with this being a firm green candle. Okay. So I have the 685 calls pulled up here with 40 seconds left. Thirty seconds left, looking for a firm 5-minute candle close above 682.81. I really like this if it can give it to us.
Same. Just a little juice spy.
Staying
So
away.
close. So close. So close.
Yeah. An immediate test there. Nice confirmation. So yeah, James, this trade I felt had a very high probability to trading down to the next key level that I had, which it wasn't quite able to do. And then in terms of it like truly repricing and invalidating this entire move and taking out this key level here, that's lower probability, right? Because you're right. The overall structure for the day, no question, is bullish. But very high probability to seek lower price action on this close and reach the next key level. And then absolutely may continue to make higher highs. But we are able to catch those moves on retracements. And this was a good example of that. Yeah, so Bill saying on my break even, I keep getting a fill 1 cent lower than last. Last trade break even was 162 and filled at 161. Does this happen to any of you? Yeah, absolutely. And so when I say I put my stop in at break even, I put it 1 cent above break even because it won't actually get filled. If I put my stop in at 162, it won't actually get filled until price goes below that. And so it'll be 161, right? Let's see if we want to break this trend.
Hmm.
I
Andy
think,
Ryan, I marked
yeah.
682.48. It's the top. You can see it clear as day. Top of the 955,
Hmm.
top of the 10. Green candle at 1010 doesn't quite come and take us out on the candle that you took a entry on with a great little half move there. That could be a good setup with a firm close below that with draw down to this red wick at 682.03. It's 50 cents of movement, which would give us a risk-free trade, kind of a hybrid trade within levels.
Yeah. Yep.
It, it
When
does look
we
really strong at the moment.
when we came down here, where my head was at is I'm gonna need to close below 682.13 in order to
Mhm.
take puts, and that to me is a clear change in direction for the session of the structure that we've built here. But yeah, if you can get a close right around here,
Mhm.
I think you have good drawdown to at least here, and you mentioned the bottom of the wick here.
Mhm. But it looks like it's just gathering strength to go higher. It just keeps wicking down and launching up. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Final minute. I still have the 685 calls pulled up. I'm still sized at standard size, same size as my first entry. I haven't bought myself the opportunity to protect profit with that being a half off and break even. 30 seconds left. 685 calls currently priced at 152. Need firmness. Let's see what we get. 20 seconds to go. Need this to say strength firm, which it is right now. 15 seconds left. And buying here. Filled at 154. No stop. Looking for 165 to 167. Perfect interaction with that 683.19. We're going to need a breach of that in order to go risk free here. And taking half off. Not quite. Looking for 165, 166. Just a little bit more. There we go. Took half there. Filled at 160. I'll have to see. Stop will go in at break even, but nothing yet. Stop taking another quarter there. Filled at 171, I believe.
Beautiful move.
And stop is going to go in at 157.
Beautiful move.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gorgeous execution on that too. Like, holy crap. Perfectly done.
Okay, yeah. So my fill was 154. My first half was at 164. And then my next quarter was at 170. New highs. There we go. I'm probably going to do what I did last week. If we can get to around 180, I'm going to take half of this last quarter off. and then trail sort of 1/8. But we'll see how this plays out. Just a couple cents away from stop here. I'm going to move this back down. I guess I'm going to do 156. So actually just 1 cent lower. So if there's 2 cents of slippage, I'll be stopped at break even on this last quarter. Above 175, I'm going to take my stop off. Taking stop off. And taking another 1/8 there. So half of my last quarter filled at 178. You have 184, 185. I'm going to trail this last eighth and put them in at 173. Let's go. It's been a while since we got
Yeah,
a big move on calls. Let's see if this can go
I
to
know.
$2. That would be
Calls, where you
nice.
been? Man,
What's that?
I said calls, where have you been?
Hmm.
Yeah, seriously.
We get that
Yeah.
slow grind up. But yeah, this is beautiful move.
This has got plenty of room to 684.59 with previous day high touches. If we can stay alive in this thing till then, we'll make a lot of money on these contracts the way they're moving. That's what I have for the previous day high touches. The wick at 684.75 and heaps of room to go to it.
As contracts go to 189, 190, I'm going to trail up to 177. Let's
You
take
take
these
out that
last.
683.99, it's so much room up. It's like a little top of that swing point from yesterday's session. It's hitting its head on it hard. If it gets through that, like here comes previous day high wick.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Beautiful.
Contracts at 203, 204. I'm now targeting exceeding my weekly goal here. And in order to do that, I think I need right around 187.
There we go. Look at that.
Love it. And here it comes 684.59. It's gonna hit
Stop
it
is
right
in at
now.
193 team. Stop is in at 196 team. Stop is at 199 team. Stop is in at 199.
Regulars are at close to 35% right now. It's so awesome.
Mhm.
And just just stayed alive there. Let's see. And I'm out.
Andy, what a move, bro.
What a
Oh,
move.
Thank you guys. That was listen, it was textbook. Nothing special that I did there. This created a, very clear reaction continuously to 682.81. We waited a few times to get a firm close, and what that allowed us to do was withstand this massive chop. And as soon as we got that firm close, it was a pretty seamless ride up. So pretty textbook move there. Maybe I trailed a little bit tight. This could obviously keep running. I expect you guys have some stragglers. But yeah, how'd you guys do on that one?
Fantastic.
oh yeah. Really good. Yeah, I still have 20 stragglers left behind.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Let's see how this happens. See what it does. My anticipation is it'll come up to the previous day high, touches wick area 684.59 to 75, and then reject it or fly through it and feel like leaving some positions behind is worth the try. Joey the Darth Danglers. That's pretty funny. Fantastic move, though. I mean, just beautiful distribution. Price is really clean.
Yeah, super clean. Imagine if we were able to catch that. Whew. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me in terms of trades for the day or for the session, I should say. I'm not going to take anything else this morning, but that was awesome. Congrats to
Yeah.
everyone who took that move. And let me know if you have any questions on anything at all, on the setup, on the action from today, how we read price, how we gain conviction for entry, on the execution, anything at all. Awesome, Ashley, up 4.68% for the day. That's huge.
Wow.
What's your weekly profit target, Ashley? Christiane said, could you explain how you select which contracts are selected? I get the puts and calls part, but what do you base the 685 on? I am just always looking to trade contracts in the range of 130 to $170. That is exclusively what I do. There's nothing else to it. Those are the contracts that move a combination of most favorably, but also that is just most in line with the types of setups we take and the percentages at which we're taking profit and that we put our stop loss at. They just move the best given our risk management system and strategy. New highs there. Awesome, Ashley. 5% for the week. That's great. Jonah said, I know we've touched on this before, but if you could only trade with two contracts, how would you execute your exits? I would sell the first one at 8 to 10%, and then I would trail the second one. So instead of taking profit at 15%, which I would be doing on my third quarter, I would then trail my stop loss from break even to like 5% above break even. So give myself like 10% of margin there. And then just keep trailing beyond that.
Perfect reactions off that 684.59. It went up to 61 and then just rejected it, which was the previous day high touches. Beautiful.
Todd said, I messed up my execution on that trade and sold all at the first half. It was hard to resist FOMO and re-enter wildly, but I did. Congrats on that move. That's a huge win, Todd. It really, really is, because I totally feel you and understand the emotion there. So really, really well done. Jordan, that's amazing, man. Since you started taking the rule seriously, you're up 11.8% this month. Incredible, bro. Great reset for you, and you're locked in. Keep going. Calls above previous day high. Jerry, you mentioned that 684.59 that you had. Are you looking at reentry here?
I'm not. I'm still in this with 20 contracts, but
Yeah.
I'm and I had a really good day yesterday with some tough contract movement, and we had two stop outs, and we had, well, I think one half off and break even, and then three really good full trades. So I'm way past my weekly target as of right now. So I'm now
Let's
in a
go.
little bit of I'm now in a little bit of defense mode. So until I can creep enough to go back into giant full sizes. But I mean, the price action's so clean. And I also have the 684.75 marked, and it looks like it's about to rip through it. And actually, it just did. And now back
Yeah,
below it.
contracts at 223, 224. I'm just looking in the Zoom chat here, guys. I'm sorry if there was any confusion on the contracts. I do my best to be as clear as possible um, in terms of the contracts that I'm trading. But like I said, if you're brand new, you will learn within 2 weeks max. You'll be able to know the contracts that we're going to call out before we even call them out. It's super straightforward. We're always looking at not the nearest expiration, which is today, but the second nearest expiration, which in most cases is tomorrow. So in this case, January 22nd. And then we're looking at whatever is in the 140, 150, 160, 170 range. There's really nothing to it. So again, I apologize if there was any sort of confusion on that. I try to be as clear as possible. And I think that would only be the case if you're brand new. So if so, welcome. And I promise you, you'll have it down in a week or two max on your own, but you should be able to pick it up based on us calling it out. And apologies again if I was unclear for whatever reason. Drew
I
said,
just
"What are
sold 10
your?"
of those 20 just to let
Okay,
everyone know.
nice, nice. What at like 230?
230 on the dot.
Yeah,
I got filled
yes,
at
sir.
228. I was trying for 230 though, but yeah. And I still have 10 and my stops at $2 on those for anyone wondering about stragglers, what I'm doing with them.
Savage.
So
Levi up 15% on the day. That's my cue to go be an adult for the rest of the day. Oh, great move, guys. Love that, Levi. And I'm just monitoring Zoom chat as well, guys. Because I know sometimes, anyone, you can always just get anything across in Telegram by replying to the latest message sent out in Greystone Premium Telegram channel. But I do my best to monitor Zoom as well.
God, Ryan, you're an animal, dude. Wow.
What, Jonathan, you said?
Brian, 61% on the month.
Oh,
Holy smokes.
Brian, let's
What
go,
the
brother.
hell, dude?
That's huge. Jonathan, 20 stragglers still as well at 46%. Jonathan, man, you're a savage. Congratulations on your
Oh
success,
my
Jonathan.
God.
I'm so pumped for Jonathan, man.
And it has been a gorgeous like 4 months of price action, just clean, beautiful distribution.
Even if I was looking to engage, I mean, okay, you could say you have two consecutive failures to take 684.49. You have a wick touch and a body closure just below it. But when you zoom out ever so slightly, you have this candle close above the range that clearly formed. And in total, you have one, two, three, four, five consecutive green candles in a row. And I don't think you really have clear, confirmation and justification on entry there.
This is a full sun run. Let it settle, give you a range.
Yeah.
Drew
There's
said,
no
"What are your
zoom.
daily and weekly profit targets?" I don't have daily targets. For me, that can just be dangerous. That sort of suggests that I need to do everything possible to go green on the day. And so, my goal is to primarily win for the week, come out on top, and then hit my target of 4% weekly growth. So right now I'm sized at 20% of my overall account is standard size, and 4% weekly growth is my target. And once I exceed that, so I've exceeded that now, I'm just over 5.5% now. So I will size down. I don't have to size down much from a standard size in order to protect that. And then if I can get beyond 6%, I can go back to being sized at 20% if I keep having winning trades. And that's how I can end up with, 9, 10, 11% weeks in some rare cases, but it does happen. Greg said, can you talk about settled cash versus unsettled cash and buying power versus options buying power? The only thing that you need to worry about is your settled cash versus your unsettled cash. Um, and so on a cash account, if you have $10,000 in your account, that means that you have $10,000 in settled cash at the beginning of the day. And if you take five trades with $2,000 each, you have used up all of your settled cash and you cannot use that capital again until tomorrow. So the cash will settle overnight, and tomorrow again you will have $10,000 of settled cash. Ryan, what's that Jonathan's saying? He said he made 1,600 bucks from the People Mover at Disney yesterday.
That's the that's the ride that I took on my birthday and got a full trade. It's at Disney World. So yeah, I sent a message to the group June 12th. The People Mover, it's like a little carousel. Or the People Mover is where you go around. I did the Carousel of Dreams. So yeah, he got a winning trade from Disney World. Way to go, buddy. That's hilarious.
What was it said in John Wick? If we don't use rules, we'll live with the animals. I couldn't agree with that more.
What a move.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing's incredible. Man, it is in love with the previous day high, touches in wick area. It just like goes above it, comes back below it. Like interesting to, I wouldn't say interesting, just really nice to see it respect yesterday's levels in real time. And I think we're going to have a really good afternoon with the way price is distributing and lots of room here.
So Steve said, Andy, can you draw a clear distinction between copying trades and trading with you guys? I imagine that coming from Jordan's comment, right, Steve? Or maybe it's just a total independent question. Because what I told Jordan to not do was, okay, from my talk on Monday. And just to be clear, what I told Jordan to not do was be trading at 12 and 12:15 and 12:30 because he wrote me on a very tough day he had, and I looked at the trades and they were all in that time zone. I told him to stick to trading between 10 and 11 and 2 to 3. Um, so there's a couple different ways that you can go about this, Steve, with trading with the group versus taking your own trades. One is to be on Zoom with us. It would be plotting your own levels. And listen, like Jerry pointed out a level to me early on the session, and I went back and I saw what he was saying, and I said, yeah, that is absolutely a key level, and I dropped it in my chart as well. So if you have your own levels and you jump on and you see something different that we explain clearly and you agree with, awesome, right? That's great. But if you don't agree with it, you don't see it, and I know that a lot of folks do this. If they don't, right? If they don't agree with it, why would they do it? Well, we're all our own traders. Um, so you can totally jump on and be taking your own trades, and those trades can, at a significant percentage of the time, coincide with the trades of whoever is leading live trading, right? When I'm not leading, I probably take, I don't know, 70% of. Listen, we all trade the same system, so a lot of the trades coincide. I see, right? I see the exact same thing. I take the same thing. But you can hear, we'll all talk about it and say, did you take that one? One of us will have taken it, the other two haven't, or vice versa. So that's what we do when, right? Jerry and Ryan, when they jump on today, they're not just copying Andy. When Jerry and myself are on with Ryan, we're not just copying Ryan, but we're hanging out, right? And we're bouncing things off of each other. We're learning from each other, but ultimately we take full accountability um, and ownership over our trades, right? And so that's what I would encourage you to do. If that presents itself to be challenging for you, what I would recommend is maybe jumping on the session after you're done trading so that you can engage, so that you can ask questions, so that you can get real-time feedback, real-time analysis on charts. But if you're having trouble jumping on and separating the two and taking full ownership over the trades that you're taking, that's what I would encourage you to do. Catherine, 4% on the day. Thanks, Jen. See you this afternoon. Let's go, Catherine.
Go.
See you this afternoon.
4% on a day. That's so incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, just taking out weekly targets in one day. Like, I mean, what a great feeling that is.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
And also just that mindset, like Catherine, like when you're up 4% of the day or whatever that number is to just have like the freedom to not trade anymore the rest of the week if you choose to, or to size it down so small that you can't lose the wins. Like it's just really like an amazing spot to be in.
Andy said I tried trading something other than SPY. It almost blew my account. Oh no.
Cool.
Can you explain why you trade SPY only?
Mm.
Well, I would imagine, Andy, that if you almost blew your account, it was due to things outside of the asset that you were trading. I would imagine you didn't have a stop loss. I would imagine you were or at least an extremely, extremely wide stop loss with a very significant percentage of your overcount. If you traded whatever asset with the same risk management system, that wouldn't have happened, if I am assuming correctly. Um, the reason I trade one asset, first let me explain why I trade one ticker rather than multiple tickers. the analogy that I've made in the past is the more time that you spend with one person, the more you're able to understand their tendencies, get to know them, how they behave in certain situations, right? If you go out with one girl every night for 6 months versus a different girl or a different woman, I should say, every night. If you go out with one woman every night for 6 months versus a different woman every night for 6 months, in which case do you know any one woman better? The one that you spent every single night with, right? So you get to learn how she behaves in certain scenarios when she's presented with challenges, when she faces adversity, how does she respond, right? How does she respond to certain things? All of those character traits you're able to pick up on a much more intimate level if you spend time with that one person. And the same exact thing is true here. If we were, we have a limited amount of energy. We have limited units of energy. Let's say we have 10 units of energy, and we're spending 1 unit on Spy, 1 unit on QQQ, 1 unit on Apple, 1 unit on Amazon. We're only getting 1 unit far on each of them. Whereas if we spend all 10 units, if we deploy all 10 units to the one thing, we get 10 units far on the one thing. It's 10x. We're 10x as informed and understood on the one thing versus any one given asset if we spread it across 10. And then Spy, in general, as Moses just said, it's the biggest liquidity pool in the world. It is the most liquid asset in the world, the most traded ticker in the market. And it's a little bit less volatile than NASDAQ. And so it's not to say you can't use a variation of the system with QQQ. You could. You would just need to tinker around with things and probably need a little bit wider stop loss and greater take profit levels, etc. But SPY is a little bit less volatile, more conducive to the risk management system that we deploy. And I tinkered around with lots of different things. I traded lots of different single name stocks for a long time. I didn't do this for a couple of years. And ultimately, I found my true winning approach, just trading SPY. Alrighty, team. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Thanks all for an awesome session. We got
Great session.
Thank you. We got great action this morning. Thank God. Alrighty, everyone. Have an awesome rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you this afternoon. Jerry,
Andy, see you,
Ryan,
brother. Have a great
take
day.
care, gentlemen. Take care, everyone.
Well
See you
done.
guys.